Hello and welcome to the 2-minute series. The topic for today is environment. This is something that is very, very important because the term itself is a part of the name of the subject, which is ecology and environment. So what is environment is what becomes important for us. First and foremost, you should know that it is the sum total of all the biotic, which is living, and the abiotic, which is non-living factors that surround and influence an organism. So what is important here is that biotic as well as non-biotic factors are what are included in environment. That's the first question which is formed. Another thing is that these biotic and abiotic factors form both a resource as well as they have regulatory control over an organism. So they are both a resource as well as a regulatory factor. Another thing that is important is that biotic and abiotic factors which are constituting the environment are interlinked with each other. They are interdependent upon each other. So these are some key words of the definitions which you shouldn't keep in mind. Next, what is important is what that you should know about is the spatial and time scales of environment. This is something that is discussed in the NCERT. Now here what you understand by spatial as well as the time scales is that one organism might have a different spatial involvement with the environment, whereas another organism might have a different spatial interaction with the environment, as well as with time scales the interaction might be different. Now what we mean by spatial interaction is the space which an organism is interacting with. For instance, there might be a bacteria which being a small organism will interact with only a small amount of space of the environment. So the spatial interaction is low for a bacteria compared to a tree, which is a huge organism. For that matter, the tree has interaction with a large part of this particular environment. So that is what varies, that is spatial interaction is what varies. So spatial environment is what is different. Next is the issue of time scales. Also different organisms have different times in which they are interacting with the environment. For instance, a bacteria might be interacting with an environment only for 2 days. That might be the lifespan of this particular bacteria, but for a tree the lifespan can be years, it can be hundreds of years. So these time scales are also what are varying. So this is what is the concept of spatial as well as time scale of environment, which has been discussed in the NCERT. So that's all about our discussion today. I thank you all for watching the video.